All, welcome to the session. So, in the earlier session, we have seen various kinds of approaches. What is artificial intelligence? What do you mean by machine learning? And what exactly the deep learning? And then latest, we have seen this Gen AI aspects. Now, this in this particular session, I'm trying to explain you which are all the focus areas and how we are able to, select this particular kind of the technology and basis on your interest. Okay, you can venture either AI, ML, deep learning, Gen AI, all these kind of things. Okay. Now, if you refer before going to this the broader area of what exactly you fit for, I want to give you some kind of the insights of you might have heard about the natural language processing. But this is something like, nowadays in many companies for the client-based aspects like, sentiment analysis and as well as some sort of understanding of the text, all those kind of things, we majoritarily in line with the natural language processing. So a field of artificial intelligence that enables machines to understand, interpret, respond to the human language. Suppose if you consider the Siri or Alexa, if you are asking something, then that particular engine, okay, whatever the model we are having, it is going to reply us. So just basis on your text, and the machine is going to interpret that particular text, whatever, and of course it is going to give the sort of relevant answer. So the use cases Google Translate, sentiment analysis for social media posts. For example, friends, you release one product and you want to understand how people are talking about that particular product, whether any suggestions they are giving or any feedback they are giving, or else they're expecting some more characteristics of that particular product. All those things you can observe. And then virtual assistant understanding of the voice commands. Now, just now we have seen like, where some sort of text if you are giving, obviously if you want to get some kind of the support or some kind of the instructions or suggestions, then you can make use of this particular natural language processing, and many opportunities are there, friends, especially in terms of the natural language processing. And before talking about the data science career pathways and as well as the required skills, we will see the computer vision. Actually, this is also in line with the kind of the artificial intelligence where it enables machine to see and interpret visual content like images and videos. Friends, one important point, NLP predominantly handles the text-based kind of the data, whereas this computer vision majorly works in terms of the images and as well as the video-based kind of the content. So face detection in mobile phones and defect detection in manufacturing and traffic monitoring system, like where automatically with the crowd or the kind of the people from that particular side, all these kind of things with the help of the traffic monitoring systems and all, they're all use cases of the computer vision. And rarely this reinforcement learning also we use to have this in our course structure, friends. Like if you consider a type of machine learning where an agent learns by interacting with an environment and receiving rewards or penalties, like trial and error. For example, if you are playing a game and if you are completing level 1, obviously you will get the reward, and of course you will be enabled with level 2. And this kind of the gaming and level wise reward system or penalty system comes under the category of the reinforcement learning. Example use cases like gaming, self-driving cars, okay, learning to take the safe actions and all, robotics, mainly learning how to grasp or walk. So now, if you consider all these things, friends, more or less, this is something like which is giving intelligence, okay, intelligence processing to the machine, and of course, each and every aspect, like starting from the artificial intelligence, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision, and as well as the reinforcement learning. All these things are subsets of the artificial intelligence. Now you may be having some sort of doubt, like whether I need to choose which kind of the area, whether I should become a NLP engineer or should I venture my career in computer vision, or else I should go with generative AI development, all these kind of the conventions. So in a minute, I'll clarify those aspects, friends, invariably, because the main point of this particular course is to cater the needs of all members, maybe students preparing for the examinations, or else freshers who are aiming for the jobs in terms of AI and ML, and senior members who want to cross-platform or cross-learning related to this particular AI, ML kind of the techniques. So this particular course, friends, it's not a limited kind of thing where I want to give you the in-depth coverage of the course in terms of learning and programming, and as well as the applicability of some kind of the industry use cases. And I'll give you some sort of use cases and as well as the case lists, which really helps you to clear the interviews and as well as to venture your career in a best of the best way. Okay. Now, to understand in a crisp and simple way, just if you can see this particular table, friends, actually, this table explains, let me, yeah, elaborate. So this table explains which are all the roles and which are all the core skills industry looks for, and what are all the tools and technologies you need to be familiar. Now, though we have seen AI, ML, NLP, reinforcement learning, and computer vision like that. But there are certain roles associated with that, and where you can identify the kind of the core skills. Suppose data analyst, where majority data cleaning aspects, exploratory data analysis, and data storytelling, all these core skills are required for the data analyst. And the appropriate tools and technologies like Python being a basic programming language, a person who want to venture their career in as a data analyst, he can go ahead with these tools and technologies, friends, like Pandas, Matplotlib, SQL, Excel, Power BI, Tableau. Of course, we'll see all these kind of the aspects in the subsequent lectures. And data scientist, the core skills we expect, we means industry perspective, statistical modeling, machine learning algorithms, data wrangling. Okay, data wrangling or data munging, all these things, pre-processing of the data, we'll see. And of course, tools or technology, scikit-learn, SQL, MongoDB, Tableau, and of course, Jupyter, commonly used. Probably in the next lecture, I will introduce the Jupyter notebook and all these things. And machine learning engineer, friends, mainly model training. And don't worry about the technical terminology. If you are not knowing, it's okay. Subsequently, we are going to talk. But this particular table definitely helps you to decide, maybe after 2 or 3 sessions, okay, you can decide whether I should become a ML engineer or data scientist or data analyst based on your interest areas. Model training, feature engineering, and as well as the deployment. And if you see the scikit-learn, XGBoost, and all these GCP, Flask, Git, Fast API, all these are the tools and technology you have to use. And deep learning specialist, nowadays, many clients are looking for even multiple projects are there in my company where many clients are looking for the deep learning expertise, neural networks, CNN, RNNs, and transfer learning, and where there is a kind of the framework, friends, actually. TensorFlow, Keras, PyTorch, GPUs, all these kind of the computing techniques. So this is the current role of the role of the deep learning specialist, where he or she need to have all these core skills and as well as the tools. NLP engineer, and most of the, if you see the job postings of AI engineer or ML engineer or something, friend, this is mandatory skill actually, because entire system of this particular project is revolving around the text, understanding of the text, and large language model processing, sentiment analysis, chatbot development, all these things with the NLTK, Spacey, Hugging Face, Transformers, Open API, very, very interesting topics, friends. Okay, we'll see that all these in length. And computer vision engineer, where image processing, object detection, pattern recognition, and the tools and technologies, where OpenCV, TensorFlow, PyTorch, all these things. Okay, right. Big data analyst. This is something different, friends. Actually, maybe huge data processing. Some people are very much interested to handle the huge data. For them, this big data analyst and maybe Hadoop, Spark, PySpark, MongoDB, Hadoop distributed file system. In fact, this there is a shortage for this kind of the resources, friends. Even in my project also. And the kind of the core skills, distributed computing, batch and stream processing. MLOps engineer, where model packaging, continuous integration and continuous deployment or delivery, and scalable deployment. And in terms of tools and technologies like Flask, Fast API, GCP or AWS, Docker, Kubernetes, and Streamlit. These are all okay lightweight kind of the tools where you can venture your career as a MLOps engineer. And AI product manager, where AI concepts like data strategy, client communication. This is for the senior members, friends. Okay, like project management, agile methodology, business analytics, all these things. And this is where very much interesting generative AI engineer, prompt engineering, and as well as the model fine tuning, ethical AI practices, all these things. And there are certain models, LangChain, T5, BERT, GBT, GPT, and as well as OpenAI or Google Vertex AI. Now we are using in our projects also Hugging Face. So the kind of approach we need to follow, focus on one path first, then diversify. Maybe you can start with the data analyst, and after that you can venture as a computer vision engineer or big data analyst, something like that, and build projects to showcase your portfolio. That, however, I'll float the kind of the use case and caselets where you can showcase your portfolio and upload your work on GitHub regularly. So this is something like, friends, nowadays we are not asking any CV or something, just we're asking the GitHub repository of the developers before interview. So this showcasing of this thing really helps you to reflect your work and all. Stay curious. Obviously, many things are emerging actually. So as AI is evolving faster, you need to be very curious. Practice always better than perfection. Don't worry about the coding aspects and all. Slowly, gradually, you will be very proficient in that. Okay, build consistency. So with this, just you can have a look on these kind of the things. And however, I'll be posting this particular thing, the kind of the documentation also, so that you can have a look. Okay, thank you. In the next lecture, just we'll see how to install this Python navigator, Jupyter and all, and then we'll start with simple programs. Okay, thank you.